Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all fellas. I hope you're having an absolutely splendid December 1st, and I am pleased to announce that for every single day leading up to Christmas, I'll be posting a new video. That's why I didn't do anything for most of November. Sorry, it's been a while. But do not fret, I am here. Papa's back. And he's got you your favorite open wide. This is Transformers Studio Series Rise of the Beast, Nightbird. Now I know this is technically a remold of the Rise of the Beast mainline figure, but I never got that figure. So, I don't care. But I bring that up just to say that this vehicle mode is so much more of an improvement compared to the original. The colors are better, there aren't any big splotches of brown for no reason. I like the idea of the sword becoming a spoiler, but in practice, it looks kind of dumb. So an actual spoiler is very appreciated. Also, I know it doesn't really look like it, but in real life, these gray bits are all actually very nicely color matched. My camera's just being weird. Why do cameras gotta do that, man? I think, God, it's just, oh no, don't do that. Okay, we good? Cool. There's one part of the car mode that, yeah, that's not good. But it's not as bad as some other figures that I've seen that have been missing paint details, so you know, this ain't bad. I'll manage. They used a really nice gold and purple paint for the rims and the bottom of the car. That is very nice. But, there is one minor issue with very much mine specifically for the car mode. If you look, you can see that this part of the hood isn't flush with this part, unlike the other side. And that's because, if we spoil the transformation here for just one sec, there's an extra little tab of plastic right there, which is preventing it from plugging in all the way. This is very much just an issue with mine, but it's still annoying, and I didn't want to get rid of it before I did the video, so I've had to deal with this for like a couple days. Screw you, QC Bella! I dropped my phone. While we're at the bottom of the car, one, visible head syndrome, but you know, I don't care. And also, the sword. So yeah, we've gone over the vehicle mode and how, even though there are a few grievances here and there, it does have some very nice paint and sculpting. Okay, robot mode. Oh, hey, Manny.
My name is Marvin.
Heh, no. Your eyes do not deceive you, that is the completed backpack. It does not condense more than that. None of the photography shots or promotional renders show that the chest actually condenses inward. That gives her more sleek physique like in the movie. So, just pointing that out. So after that pretty fun and intuitive transformation, we have a pretty good robot mode. The colors are darker and definitely more movie accurate compared to the mainline one. But, there were some things that carry over from the mainline one that really shouldn't have. Like these ugly side skirts and, oh boy. I do appreciate that they did give her little wings, which is very nice. They're well painted. But they're so tiny and minuscule. Like, I understand that backpacks, particularly large backpacks, are pretty common with movie/studio series figures, but oh my god, this is a bit ridiculous. You could have done anything with the backpack, anything. Turn the windshields into the wings. That would have been clever. That would have been cool. Heck, make the translucent windows translucent dark purple. Then you can use it for the windows. I'm a genius. It makes me angry that they have all of this backpack and yet so small wings. You have all of that real estate and you're not gonna do anything with it? I understand, this isn't Unique Toys, and we can't expect perfection from Studio Series, but we've gotten really damn close. Here, let me give an example. Bumblebee Movie Optimus. See how this figure technically has kibble. Like, this is kibble, this is kibble. Right here, this is kibble, this is kibble. But you don't notice that it's kibble because it blends with the design. It was an active decision to make it blend more with the design and have it more evenly spread throughout the figure so you don't notice it as much. But when you have all of your kibble in one big condensed spot, it makes it all the more noticeable. Now, with saying all that, the part of the figure that is a robot is not actually bad at all. You know what? I'm willing to wager that it's actually pretty darn good. The kibble is still a big drawback, though. Oh, God, what did I eat? So yeah, the part that is movie Nightbird actually looks really darn good. Which might be more of a, like, commendment to the mainline figure, considering this is a direct remold from that, but I don't have that one, so shut up, me! Now, before we get into the actual figure, I feel like I'm delaying this a lot, we should get into the accessories, or, in this case, the accessory. I understand that this is a pretty extensive remold, actually, just remold, of the mainline Rise of the Beast Nightbird, and I know that that figure only came with one sword, but this is the Studio Series figure, so you should expect a little bit more higher quality. And that comes with the accessories. I know a lot of figures only come with a couple weapons, but recently we've been seeing a lot of newer figures that come with a lot more accessories. So the fact that she only comes with one sword is a little disappointing. Considering that even on the damn box, on the box art, she has 2 katanas and 2 arm blades. I understand that this is concept art, but, you know, I can still complain. It's my video, I do what I want. Shut up. I'm sorry, that was rude. I'm just a little peeved. Now, with the sword, you can get her into some pretty cool poses. Ball joint at the head. It's a little limited due to the neck, but, you know, it's not bad. You can get her into do pretty much whatever you want. Ball joint at the shoulder and an additional hinge joint. Rotation, just over 90-degree bend. Waist rotation, which is limited by the back kibble. She can kick about that high, which isn't a lot for a ninja. But you can move it out a little bit and you can get it to go pretty high. It can go out pretty far. Damn backpack! She has 2 knee joints, one here and one here, which allows you to get a nice deep knee bend. She does have an ankle pivot, though that is more for the transformation. And she's got a toe. The articulation overall is pretty good, nothing too crazy, But I do have one minor complaint. She is a sword wielder, and I do like my sword wielders to have wrist articulation in any way. She doesn't have sword wielding wrists or wrist rotation. I can see past this with characters like Bumblebee or characters who don't use swords, but she uses a sword, and I feel like she kind of needs wrist articulation for it to be really good. Like, this was like the only cool ninja-like pose I could get her in. But if you noticed during the articulation segment, something kept happening. Her backpack kept untabbing. There are 2 different tabs right here that are supposed to lock it in, but for some reason, it don't wanna. It is an incredibly loose fit, and because of that, it takes nothing to detach it. So, I would be more okay with this if it just stayed in, but it doesn't. And look at this. You see right here, this is where the robot mode ends, and look at how much backpack we have left. Are you telling me there was no way we could convert any of this into the wings or maybe her jetpack? Are you serious? The engineering on this figure, the transformation is fun and intuitive, but oh my god, the results are really bad. This is almost the exact opposite of the ends justify the means. Like, I want to transform it because the transformation is super fun and intuitive and clever, but the end result just makes me sad. And the thing is, the part of the robot that is a robot is actually really good, but the backpack keeps drawing it back in ways that I didn't know were possible. Half of this thing's mass just goes into the backpack, which has to say a lot. Not to mention the hip skirts. The hip skirts are ugly. I understand that it is technically a part of her design, but there had to be a better way to integrate these into the leg. Like, these are just literally hanging off of her. Scratch that. On further inspection, these actually slide in, so, yeah, ignore that last criticism. Backpack freaking untabbed again. What the hell? The head sculpt is extremely good. It's very nice and is extremely accurate to the on-screen model. And it's actually improved upon from the original mainline figure. And I always thought the mainline figure looked pretty darn good when it comes to the head. But this somehow doesn't meet the original figure, but it surpasses it in every way, which I do like. I do wish, though, that she had some light piping. I know light piping is a bit of a controversial topic in the Transformers community right now. I do miss when it was universally loved, but I do think that light piping would have been smart on this figure, because the translucent plastic that they used for her visor is a very dark purple, and it's really hard to see her eyes behind that. Now, let me see that lovely set of 6 eyes. Why do you keep closing yourself off from me? But yeah, the head sculpt's really good. Comparisons. Rise of the Beast Bumblebee. Rise of the Beast Mirage. And Detritus, why not? This also goes to show another criticism I have of this figure. She's a little small. When in the movie, I'm pretty sure she was a bit bigger than characters like Bumblebee or Mirage, but it's not that bad. I can live with it. And she definitely has a higher piece count than him, but, you know, whatever. So yeah, that was Studio Series 104, Rise of the Beast, Nightbird. What are my final thoughts? This is probably the best Nightbird on the market. That's not to say that it's particularly amazing, because the backpack is extremely annoying. But if you can look past it, then the figure is actually pretty good. Scratch that, pretty okay. The robot mode, the figure itself, separated from the backpack, is incredibly good. It is a very nice representation of the character, the head sculpt is amazing, and I think it is a pretty okay robot mode. The car mode is really good, which I like a lot, but the backpack... I keep bringing up the backpack. And that's the problem. No matter what I say about the figure, something always pops up, and that is the backpack. Never in my life have I ever seen a backpack ruin a figure so badly before. It's not creative with its kibble usage. It uses the most bare bones default thing, and that is just having a backpack. And the thing is, I'm not mad at backpacks most of the time. Hell, Studio Series Mirage, Roadbuster, those figures I like a lot, and they have terrible backpacks. But for some reason, hers stands out. It's big, it's fiddly, and it completely ruins her silhouette. I really wanted to love this figure. And I'm not going to say that it's terrible, but it's a lot worse than I thought it was going to be. This is still probably your best bet if you want a Nightbird figure, and I know that it's really hard to find one of these. So, if you do find it, I would recommend you pick it up, and if you really want a Nightbird, you should definitely pick it up. But I am going to go out on a whim and say that the mainline version isn't a bad option either. So, yeah, I'll give this a Rubik's Cube out of Invader Sims standing on it. Merry Christmas! Detritus almost has no back. Oh my god.